Hey there, coin hunters. Imagine finding a penny in your pocket that could make you a millionaire. Sounds too good to be true, right? Well, stick around because today we're talking about the 2009 no-mint Mark Abraham Lincoln penny that's turning everyday folks into big-time jackpot winners. Yes, a single penny. So, grab your coin jar and let's dive into why this little copper coin might just be your golden ticket. Now, before we go any further, let me tell you about my own little coin discovery. One day, I was cleaning out an old drawer, that place where all your odds and ends go to disappear. I stumbled upon a handful of pennies, and one caught my eye. It had a unique shine to it, and my heart skipped a beat. Was this my millionaire moment? Spoiler alert, it wasn't. But it did kickstart my obsession with rare coins, and that's how I discovered today's star, the 2009 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny. So, what makes this coin so special? Let's break it down. First, a little backstory. 2009 was a big year for pennies. It marked the 200th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth and the 100th anniversary of the Lincoln cent. To celebrate, the U.S. Mint released 4 different designs showcasing different stages of Lincoln's life. Pretty cool, right? But here's the kicker, some of these pennies were accidentally struck without a mint mark. No P for Philadelphia, no D for Denver, nothing. Just plain old Abraham chilling on your coin. Now, if you're wondering why a missing mint mark is such a big deal, think of it like a typo on a baseball card. It's rare, it's unusual, and collectors will pay big bucks to get their hands on it. And when I say big bucks, I'm talking 6 or even 7 figures. Yep, that's million-dollar territory, folks. Let's talk market value. As of right now, these no-mint Mark 2009 Lincoln pennies are fetching crazy prices at auctions. The highest recorded sale? A jaw-dropping $1.7 million. And even if your coin isn't in mint condition, it could still be worth thousands. So, don't overlook those coins with a little wear and tear. They've got stories to tell and cash to offer. Here's a pro tip for all you treasure hunters out there. When you're checking your coins, pay close attention to the design and condition. Look for Lincoln sitting on a log, reading a book. That's one of the rarest variations. Also, grab a magnifying glass or even your phone's camera to check for that missing mint mark. Trust me, your eyes will thank you. And if you do find one of these gems, what next? Well, don't just toss it in a jar and call it a day. Get it appraised by a professional coin grader. It might cost a little upfront, but it's worth it to confirm you've got the real deal. Plus, a certified coin will fetch a higher price at auction. Now, let's be real. Finding one of these pennies is like finding a needle in a haystack. Or, in my case, like finding my TV remote in the couch cushions. But hey, someone's got to win the coin lottery, and it might as well be you, right? Alright, coin enthusiasts, it's time to wrap things up. If you've got a 2009 penny lying around, do yourself a favor and check it. You never know, it could be worth more than your car, your house, or even your retirement fund. And if you're as hooked on rare coins as I am, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. I've got plenty more tips and tricks to help you turn pocket change into life-changing money. What if I told you there might be a 1985 penny in your pocket right now that could be worth, wait for it, a whopping $1 million? Yup, you heard that right. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of the 1985 mint Mark Abraham Lincoln penny, a little copper coin that could potentially make your bank account very, very happy. Stick around because you do not want to miss the details on how to spot one of these golden, copper, tickets. Plus, I'll share a funny story about the time I almost missed out on a rare find myself. Let's jump in. So, what's the big deal with the 1985 mint Mark Lincoln penny? Here's the scoop. Back in 1985, the Denver Mint produced millions of these pennies. But here's the kicker, not all pennies are created equal. Some of them came out with rare errors, and that's where the money is. We're talking about doubling errors, off-center strikes, and even coins made on the wrong planchets. These little imperfections can turn an everyday penny into a collector's dream. Now, before you start emptying your piggy bank, let me break it down for you. The most valuable 1985 penny to date sold for, drumroll, please, $1.7 million at auction. Yeah, my jaw dropped too when I first heard that. This particular coin was graded as nearly perfect and had a unique error that made it one of a kind. And you know what collectors love? You guessed it, anything one of a kind. Okay, let's talk about spotting these valuable coins. First, grab a magnifying glass, or if you're like me and can't find one, your smartphone's camera will do the trick. Look for doubling on the date or the lettering. It'll look like the letters or numbers have a shadow. Next, check the edges. Are they perfectly round, or do they look a little funky? Odd shapes could mean an error coin. And finally, if the penny feels a little lighter or heavier than usual, it might have been struck on the wrong type of metal. That's another jackpot sign. Now, a quick personal story. A few years ago, I was sorting through a box of old coins I inherited from my grandpa. To be honest, I wasn't expecting much. But there it was, a shiny little penny that didn't quite look right. Turns out, it had a small error on the date. I got it appraised, and while it wasn't worth millions, it did sell for a few $100. Not bad for something that was just sitting in a dusty box, right? Moral of the story, check your change. You never know what treasures might be hiding in plain sight. So there you have it, friends. The 1985 mint Mark Lincoln penny might just be your ticket to a financial windfall. Remember to check for those errors, get your coins appraised by a professional, and don't be afraid to dream big, even if it's just about a little copper coin. And hey, if you found this video helpful, or if you've got a jar of pennies calling your name right now, hit that subscribe button. I've got plenty more tips, tricks, and stories about coins worth money coming your way. Who knows? The next video might just help you discover another $1 million treasure. Thanks for watching, and happy coin hunting. Imagine finding a coin in your pocket that's worth more than your car, maybe even your house. Crazy, right? Well, today we're talking about a little copper coin that might just make you a millionaire. That's right, the 1987 mint Mark Abraham Lincoln penny is making waves, and some collectors are shelling out jaw-dropping amounts for this humble coin. Stick around because I'll not only tell you why this coin is so valuable, but also how you can figure out if you've got one of these treasures hiding in plain sight. Let's start with the basics. The 1987 penny, minted in Denver, features good old Honest Abe on the front and the Lincoln Memorial on the back. So, what's the big deal? Millions of these pennies were minted, right? Well, that's where it gets interesting. Not all 1987 pennies are created equal. Some rare versions of this coin have errors or unique characteristics that make collectors lose their minds. For instance, there could be a double die error, where the design is stamped twice, creating a cool, shadowy effect. Or maybe it's a misaligned die, where the front and back of the coin don't quite match up. Think of it like a factory mistake, except instead of getting fired, you're cashing in big time. Now, let me tell you a quick story. A friend of mine, let's call him Dave, was cleaning out his junk drawer, you know, the one with batteries, rubber bands, and about 50 random pennies. He's sorting through them, and boom. He spots a 1987 penny that looks odd. Turns out, it had a minor error and was sold at an auction for $1,500. Not quite $1 million, but hey, that's a lot of pizza money for a penny he almost threw away. But what's really blowing up the market are the pristine, uncirculated versions of this coin. These are the ones that collectors dream about. Picture a penny that looks like it was minted yesterday, with no scratches, no wear, and that perfect coppery glow. If you've got one of these, and it has one of those rare errors, buckle up, because you're looking at potential offers in the millions. Yes, millions. It's like winning the lottery, but cooler because you can say you found it in your couch cushions. So, how do you know if your penny is worth the big bucks? First, grab a magnifying glass and take a closer look. Check for errors like doubling on the date or mint mark. Next, examine the coin's condition. The shinier and more flawless it is, the higher its value. And if you're still not sure, you can always get it graded by a professional. Companies like PCGS or NGC can give your coin an official grade, which helps set its market value. And here's a pro tip: always store your valuable coins properly. No tossing them into a jar with other change. Use a protective coin holder to keep them safe from scratches or tarnish. Trust me, you don't want to lose out on a small fortune because of a few careless scuffs. So, there you have it, folks. That little penny you've been ignoring might just be your golden ticket, or should I say copper ticket. Don't underestimate the power of pocket change. Take a second to check your coins. Who knows, the next big find could be sitting right under your nose. If you enjoyed this video and want more tips on spotting coins worth serious cash, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. I'll keep you updated on the hottest coin finds, insider tips, and strategies to turn your spare change into big bucks. Thanks for watching, and happy hunting. Have you ever checked your pocket change and wondered if you're holding a tiny fortune? Well, stick around because today, we're diving into a fascinating story about the 1991 no-mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny. Believe it or not, some of these little copper treasures are making waves in the collector's market, fetching up to millions of dollars. Yes, you heard that right, millions for a penny. Let me tell you why this humble coin could be the jackpot hiding in plain sight. The 1991 Lincoln penny is already iconic. You've got Honest Abe's face front and center, looking as wise as ever. But here's the kicker: some of these pennies have no mint mark. For those who might be new to the coin game, the mint mark is that little letter under the year on most coins. It tells you where the coin was made. If there's no mint mark, it's usually from the Philadelphia Mint. But why is that a big deal? Here's where it gets interesting. The no mint mark isn't rare by itself, but the condition of the coin and unique errors on some 1991 pennies make all the difference. Collectors are on the hunt for pristine, uncirculated examples and coins with rare errors like double dies or misalignments. These quirks are like typos in a book. They're mistakes, but they make the coin unique and super valuable. Now, let me share a quick story. A friend of mine, let's call him Jim, was cleaning out his attic when he stumbled upon an old jar of coins. Classic story, right? Well, Jim decided to sort through them, just in case. And guess what? He found a 1991 no-mint mark penny in near-perfect condition. Curious, he had it appraised, and the collector's offer nearly made him fall out of his chair. Let's just say Jim's coin was worth more than his car. Moral of the story: always check your coins. So, how do you know if your 1991 penny is the real deal? First, look for that missing mint mark. Then, examine the coin for any unusual features, extra lines, doubling on the lettering, or even a misaligned strike. Finally, the condition matters big time. A penny in mint condition can skyrocket in value. Even if it's not worth millions, some can still fetch thousands, which isn't too shabby for a 1-cent coin. And if you're wondering where to sell, you've got options. Auction houses, online marketplaces, and local coin shops are great places to start. But, and here's a pro tip, always get a professional appraisal first. The last thing you want is to sell a goldmine for a penny, literally. So, there you have it. The 1991 no-mint mark Lincoln penny might just be your ticket to a small fortune. It's proof that sometimes the smallest things can hold the biggest surprises. Now, go grab that jar of coins, check your change, or raid your couch cushions. Who knows what treasures you'll find. If you enjoyed this video and want more tips on coins worth money, hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. We've got plenty more stories, strategies, and tips to help you uncover hidden gems in your collection. Don't forget to like, share, and comment below if you've ever found a valuable coin. Let's make coin collecting fun and profitable together. Let me ask you a question: have you ever checked your pocket change and thought, what if this ordinary looking penny is worth a fortune? Well, today, I'm about to blow your mind because we're talking about a 2002 no-mint Mark Abraham Lincoln penny that's making waves in the collector's market. And spoiler alert, it could be worth up to $1 million. Yes, $1 million. So, grab your coffee, sit back, and let's dive into this fascinating story. Now, before you toss your piggy bank onto the floor, let's get to the basics. The 2002 no-mint Mark penny might seem like just another coin to the untrained eye. You've probably held one without even realizing it. But here's the kicker, not all pennies are created equal. This particular coin, minted in Philadelphia, lacks a mint mark, that little letter you often see on coins that tells you where it was minted. Philly pennies are known for this quirk, so no mint mark isn't unusual. But here's what makes this penny special: rare mint errors and pristine conditions that collectors go absolutely nuts for. Let's talk about those errors. Imagine you're at work, and it's one of those "I've had way too much coffee" days. Mistakes happen, right? Well, it's no different at the US Mint. Sometimes, coins are struck with slight imperfections. Maybe the die was overused, causing weak strikes, or perhaps the coin was misaligned during the minting process. These tiny flaws make a big difference to collectors because they turn an ordinary penny into a unique piece of history. Think of it as owning a misprinted baseball card or a rare comic book. Now, here's where it gets exciting. A pristine 2002 no-mint Mark penny with a rare mint error recently sold at auction for, wait for it, a whopping $1.2 million. Imagine finding that in your couch cushions. Life-changing, right? So, what's the secret sauce? How can you tell if your penny is one of these rare gems? First, grab a magnifying glass. Seriously, you'll feel like a detective, and it's kind of fun. Look closely at the penny. Check for anything unusual, doubled lettering, off-center designs, or even a smooth rim where the edge lettering should be. Next, pay attention to the coin's condition. Collectors call this the grade, and it's all about how flawless the coin looks. If your penny has been through the ringer, scratched, tarnished, or bent, it's probably not going to make you a millionaire. But if it looks like it just rolled out of the mint yesterday, you might be in luck. Quick story: last year, a friend of mine, let's call him Dave, was cleaning out his attic. He stumbled upon an old jar of coins from his grandmother. Among them was a shiny 2002 penny. He thought nothing of it until he remembered me rambling about rare coins at a barbecue. Long story short, Dave had his penny graded by a professional. It wasn't quite $1 million coin, but he still walked away with $3,000. Not bad for something that was gathering dust in an old jar, right? So, here's the $1 million question. Could you be the next lucky person to strike it rich with a 2002 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny? It's time to start looking. Check your pockets, your couch, your car's cup holder, anywhere loose change might hide. And if you find something suspiciously special, don't clean it. Seriously, leave it as is and get it professionally appraised. Cleaning a coin can ruin its value faster than you can say, "Oops." Before we wrap up, let me leave you with this: coin collecting isn't just about the money. It's about uncovering little pieces of history and learning the stories behind them. Who knows? That penny in your hand might have traveled across the country or been part of someone's big life moment. It's like being part of a secret club where every coin has a tale to tell. If you found this video helpful or just plain entertaining, hit that subscribe button and turn on the notifications. I've got plenty more tips, tricks, and fascinating stories about coins that could change your life. And hey, if you've got a 2002 penny story, drop it in the comments. I'd love to hear it. Until next time, happy treasure hunting, and may your pockets be full of rare coins and good luck. You're digging through your couch cushions or an old jar of coins, and you stumble upon a penny. Nothing special, right? Wrong. That tiny piece of copper could be worth a small fortune. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of the 2004 no-mint Mark Abraham Lincoln penny. Yes, you heard that right, a penny that's potentially worth millions. So, grab your magnifying glass, and let's get started because this might just blow your mind. What's the deal with this 2004 no mint mark Lincoln penny? You might be wondering, isn't a penny just a penny? Well, not quite. Let's break it down. Back in 2004, these pennies were minted by the billions. Most of them were produced at the Philadelphia Mint, which, fun fact, doesn't put a mint mark on its coins. So, if your 2004 penny has no little letter under the date, don't panic, that's normal. But here's the twist, some pennies from that year have errors or unique features that make collectors go absolutely bonkers. For example, there's the legendary double die error. Imagine Lincoln's face looking a little, shall we say, double-visioned? Or the lettering on Liberty and the year looking like it's had one too many cups of coffee. These subtle flaws can turn an ordinary penny into a collector's dream. One sold for over $1 million at auction, yes, $1 million. Can you believe that? Now, I know what you're thinking, how do I know if my penny is special? Well, here's a quick checklist. Look closely at the date and the word Liberty. If the lettering looks doubled or off-center, you might have struck gold, or, well, copper. Check the coin's condition. If it looks like it's been through a rock tumbler, it might not fetch as much. Keep an eye out for smooth edges or strange patterns. Anything that looks unusual could mean big bucks. A friend of mine, let's call him Bob, was cleaning out his attic when he found an old piggy bank from his childhood. He almost tossed it, but then he remembered I'm the coin guy. So, he brings it over, dumps the coins on my kitchen table, and says, "Anything good here?" I kid you not, within 5 minutes, we spot a 2004 penny with a double die. Bob didn't even know what it was. Long story short, he had it graded and sold it for $3,000. Not bad for something he almost threw away, right? Bob used that money to buy a brand new recliner. I told him, you could have invested that money in more rare coins and doubled your investment. His response? Yeah, but this recliner has a built-in cooler for my soda. Classic Bob.so, there you have it, the 2004 no mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny. It might just be lurking in your pocket change or a forgotten jar of coins. Remember, these little treasures are out there, and you don't need to be a coin expert to find one. Just a little patience and a good eye can go a long way. Before you rush off to check your coins, do me a favor. Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications because I've got plenty more tips and stories about coins that could change your life. Who knows? Your next big payday might just be hiding in plain sight. Thanks for watching, and happy hunting. You stumble across a coin that could literally change your life. I'm talking about the 2006 D mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny. Yes, that humble little penny might just be worth, drumroll, please, millions of dollars. Crazy, right? Today, we're diving deep into what makes this coin so special, how you can spot one, and why it's turning everyday folks into overnight millionaires. So grab your coins and let's get to it. Let's start with the basics. The 2006 D Abraham Lincoln penny was minted in Denver, hence the D mint mark. At first glance, it looks like your everyday penny. Good old Honest Abe's face on one side, the Lincoln Memorial on the other. But here's where it gets interesting. Some of these pennies have a rare error, a mistake made during the minting process, that makes them extremely valuable to collectors. Now, I can already hear you asking, what kind of error are we talking about? Great question. The most sought-after 2006 D pennies have a double die error. This means certain details, like the date or the lettering, appear slightly doubled. It's like Lincoln's name has a little shadow following it. It's subtle, but collectors go absolutely bananas over these quirks. Think of it like a typo in a best-selling book, super rare, super valuable. Okay, so how do you know if you've struck gold, or, in this case, copper? First, grab a magnifying glass or, better yet, a jeweler's loupe. Examine the date and lettering closely. If you see any doubling, congratulations. You might just have a winner. But wait, there's more. Some 2006 pennies also have a rare composition anomaly. A few were struck on a zinc-coated copper planchet, which gives the coin a slightly different weight and feel. If your penny seems a little off when you weigh it, you've got another reason to celebrate. Now let me tell you a quick story. A friend of mine, let's call him Dave, was cleaning out his garage last year. He found an old piggy bank from when he was a kid. Inside, hundreds of pennies. He's sorting through them, totally bored, when he spots one that looks a bit odd. Turns out, it was a 2006 penny with a double die error. He sold it at auction for, get this, $72,000. Not bad for a penny, huh? And that's not even the most extreme example. Some of these coins have fetched upwards of $1 million, depending on their condition and rarity. So, what's the market looking like right now? Well, collectors are always hunting for these rare pennies, and prices are only going up. If you've got a 2006 penny with one of these rare errors, you're sitting on a goldmine. But here's the kicker, even if your penny doesn't have an error, it's still worth checking. Sometimes, pennies from this year and mint can fetch a premium just for being in pristine condition. Moral of the story: check your change. Alright, folks, now it's your turn. Go grab that jar of coins, dust off your old piggy banks, and start hunting. Who knows? You might just find the ticket to your dream vacation, a new car, or even early retirement. If you found this video helpful, or at least mildly entertaining, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and give us a thumbs up. And hey, if you've got any rare coins of your own or questions about coin collecting, drop a comment below. I'd love to hear your stories. Ever thought a plain old penny could turn you into a millionaire? Well, let me tell you about a little underdog in the coin world, the 2016 Abraham Lincoln penny with no mint mark. Yes, the same penny you might just toss in a jar or accidentally leave under your couch cushions. Spoiler alert, some of these bad boys are worth a fortune. So, before you dump your spare change into a vending machine, stick around, you could be sitting on a gold mine. Let's dive in. Okay, first off, what's the deal with no mint marks? When a coin doesn't have a mint mark, it means it was made in Philadelphia. Unlike Denver or San Francisco, Philly keeps it low-key and doesn't stamp their mint mark on pennies. So, if you've got a 2016 penny and it's rocking the minimalist no mint mark look, you're already off to a good start. Now, here's where it gets juicy. Most 2016 pennies are worth their face value. A single cent. But a select few, the rare ones, have a special secret. They're error coins. Maybe the die had a bad day, or the strike was off-center, or, drumroll, there's a double die error. That's when the design is struck twice, creating this cool, almost 3D effect. Those unique flaws can make a coin worth thousands, even millions, to collectors. Yes, I said millions. Imagine turning a penny into enough money to buy a yacht. Or, at least pay off your student loans. Quick story time. A friend of mine, let's call him Dave, was sorting through a jar of change when he spotted a penny that looked a little off. Turns out, it was an error coin, and he sold it for a jaw-dropping $5,000. True story. Ever since, I've been examining every penny like Sherlock Holmes. So, how can you tell if your 2016 no mint mark penny is one of these golden tickets? First, grab a magnifying glass or one of those fancy coin loupes. Look for doubling on Lincoln's profile, the date, or the word Liberty. Check the rim for any weird quirks, like extra thickness or missing sections. And while you're at it, feel free to channel your inner treasure hunter theme music that you'll also want to check the coin's condition. Collectors love coins in pristine, uncirculated condition. If your penny looks like it survived a few decades of road trips, it might still be valuable, but not as much. So, keep an eye out for those shiny, fresh off the mint pennies hiding in your change. Now, here's the million-dollar question. Literally. How do you sell it? First, verify its value. Take it to a professional grader or submit it to services like PCGS or NGC. They'll assess your coin and give it an official grade. Next, you can auction it off through reputable platforms like Heritage Auctions or eBay. Just be sure to set a reserve price so you don't accidentally sell your treasure for peanuts. So, there you have it. The 2016 no-mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny could be your ticket to millionaire status. But remember, the magic is in the details. Check your change, inspect every coin, and don't overlook the little guys, because even a penny can change your life. Before you go, here's the deal. If you enjoyed this video and want to uncover more hidden treasures in your pocket change, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. I'll be your guide to all things coins, cash, and collectibles. Plus, you don't want to miss my next video on rare quarters that could buy you a dream vacation. Thanks for watching, and remember, every penny counts. Literally. See you in the next one. Welcome to this video where we're diving into one of the most fascinating coins in US history, the 1985 Lincoln penny. Could this unassuming penny hiding in your pocket change be worth up to $1 million? By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what makes this coin so valuable, how to identify if you own one, and what steps you need to take to cash in big. Let's get started. You're going through an old jar of coins and you come across a 1985 penny. You shrug it off. After all, it's just a penny, right? But what if that tiny piece of copper is a ticket to a life-changing windfall? Sounds crazy? Stick with me, because it's not just possible, it's happening. Here's the thing about coins: their value isn't always about how much they're worth as currency. Sometimes, it's about rarity, errors, and collector demand. The 1985 Lincoln penny is a prime example. This coin, minted in Denver, is part of a series that's ordinary at first glance but can hide extraordinary details. And those details are what we'll uncover together. But before we dive into the specifics, let me ask you this: when was the last time you checked the coins in your pocket? I'm guessing not often. And that's exactly why so many people miss out on fortunes hidden in plain sight. Don't let that be you. So, what makes the 1985 Lincoln penny special? The first thing you need to know is that some of these coins were struck with errors, a collector's dream. These errors can range from doubled dies to off-center strikes, or even misaligned mint marks. Think of these imperfections as the coin's fingerprints, unique and irreplaceable. Now, here's the exciting part: some of these error coins have sold for thousands, even hundreds of thousands of dollars at auction. And that's not a typo. Now, I can already hear the skeptics saying, okay, but how likely is it that I have one of these? Fair question. The odds may not be in everyone's favor, but consider this: in 2017, a rare penny from the 1940s sold for over $1.7 million. The person who sold it found it in an old coin collection they inherited. What's stopping you from being next? Let's transition to the second act: how to spot a valuable 1985 Lincoln penny. Start with the mint mark. On this coin, the letter D appears just below the year. If it's tilted, doubled, or looks unusual in any way, you could be holding something valuable. Another thing to check for is the coin's surface. Does it have unusual luster or color? Some pennies struck on experimental planchets can have a distinct appearance. These small details can mean the difference between a penny worth 1 cent and a coin worth tens of thousands. And here's a quick tip: when examining your coins, use a magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe. Trust me, you don't want to miss a detail because you're relying on your naked eye. It's like trying to spot a needle in a haystack, only this needle could be pure gold. Before we move to the final act, let me ask, have you ever heard of someone selling an old coin and regretting it later? It happens more often than you think. That's why, if you think you found something valuable, the first step is getting it professionally appraised. And no, this doesn't mean handing it over to just anyone. Look for a certified numismatist or a reputable coin dealer. Now, let's talk about market trends. The value of rare coins like the 1985 Lincoln penny isn't just static. It's influenced by demand, auction results, and even economic conditions. Right now, the market for rare coins is red hot. Collectors are paying top dollar for pieces that complete their collections or tell a unique story. In short, the time to act is now, but here's the catch: you're not the only one looking to cash in. Every day, more people discover the value of their old coins. The longer you wait, the more competitive the market becomes. Do you really want to be the person who hesitates and misses out? As we wrap up, let me leave you with this: fortune favors the bold. The 1985 Lincoln penny might seem like just another coin, but it could be the key to unlocking a future of financial freedom and opportunity. So, what are you waiting for? Grab those old coins, take a closer look, and start your journey toward a wealthier tomorrow. And don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss out on tips that could change your life. Until next time, happy hunting. Imagine finding a single penny that could change your entire life. One tiny coin, sitting in a drawer, hidden in plain sight, and it could be worth a fortune. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of the 1991 Lincoln penny with no mint mark, a coin so rare and valuable that it's turning everyday Americans into millionaires. Now, before you dismiss this as just another penny story, let me ask you, when was the last time you checked your pocket change? That penny you're about to toss aside could be worth more than your car, your mortgage payment, or even your annual salary. Intrigued? Good, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what makes this coin so special, how to identify it, and why collectors are willing to pay extraordinary amounts to get their hands on one. So stick around, because you don't want to miss this. Let's start with the basics. The 1991 Lincoln penny with no mint mark is a coin that's sparking excitement across the numismatic community. But why? Well, here's the twist: most pennies minted in 1991 were produced at the Denver or Philadelphia Mint, and their mint marks, D or P, were stamped on the coin. However, a small batch of pennies escaped this process, leaving them with no mint mark at all. And this error has made these coins incredibly rare. You're probably thinking, okay, rare, but how valuable can it really be? Well, here's where it gets exciting. In recent years, these no mint mark pennies have sold for thousands, even hundreds of thousands, at auctions. And the highest graded specimens? Those are climbing into the $1 million range. Yes, you heard that right, $1 million for a single penny. Just imagine what you could do with that kind of money. But before you start dreaming of yachts and private jets, let's talk about how to identify one of these rare treasures. First, grab your magnifying glass or even your smartphone camera. Look at the front of the penny, just below the date. If there's no mint mark, you might be holding one of the rarest coins in circulation. But there's more to it than just the mint mark. Hold that thought. We'll get into the exact details of grading and verification in just a moment. For now, let's pause and reflect. What if you've already seen one of these coins and didn't even realize it? That's the kind of what if that keeps collectors up at night. Now that we've built the excitement, let's discuss the crucial step: verifying and selling your coin. Not every 1991 no mint mark penny will fetch top dollar. The condition of the coin is key. Grading systems, such as those used by the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, determine the value based on factors like luster, scratches, and overall wear. A top-tier graded coin, designated as MS-70, meaning it's in perfect mint condition, can bring in the highest bids. But here's where the urgency comes in: the market for rare coins is hot right now. Collectors are eager to buy, and prices are soaring. Who knows how long this trend will last? The time to act is now. So, dig through your change jars, check old wallets, and call up Grandma to see if she's got an old coin collection gathering dust. And here's a little pattern interrupt to reset your focus. Isn't it ironic that the same coin you used to pay for gum in 1991 could now buy you an entire candy factory? To wrap things up, let me leave you with this cliffhanger. There's one more critical detail about the 1991 no mint mark penny that could mean the difference between a life-changing payday and just another coin in your pocket. Want to know what it is? Hit that like button and subscribe so you never miss out on these hidden treasures. Remember, your fortune could be lying just within reach. Don't let it slip away. Imagine finding a coin in your pocket change that could change your life forever. Sounds impossible, right? But what if I told you that a 2008 Lincoln penny might be worth more than just 1 cent? In fact, under the right circumstances, it could be worth up to $1 million. Yes, you heard that correctly, a single penny potentially worth a fortune. Stick around, and I'll show you exactly what makes this coin so valuable and how you can determine if you've been sitting on a goldmine without even knowing it. Before we dive into the specifics, let's start with a little story. Picture this: you're cleaning out an old drawer, maybe sorting through a jar of coins you've been meaning to take to the bank. You spot an ordinary-looking penny, but something about it catches your eye. It's a 2008 penny with a small D mint mark. At first glance, it's just a regular coin, nothing special. But what if that tiny coin was the key to transforming your financial future? How many of us overlook opportunities like this every day, simply because we don't know what to look for? Let's talk about the 3 factors that determine the value of a 2008 Lincoln penny: rarity, condition, and demand. These are the pillars of coin valuation, and they're what separate a penny worth 1 cent from one worth thousands, or even millions. Now, don't worry if you're not a coin expert. I'll break this down in simple terms so you can quickly assess your own coins. First, rarity. Not every 2008 penny is worth a fortune. The key lies in finding errors or unique characteristics that set your coin apart. For instance, some 2008 pennies were struck with a double die error, which creates a noticeable doubling effect on the design. This error is highly sought after by collectors because it's so rare. Think about it: something as small as a manufacturing mistake can skyrocket the value of a coin. And isn't it fascinating how imperfections often make something even more desirable? Next, condition. This is where things get a little tricky. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being a perfect, uncirculated condition. The better the condition of your coin, the higher its value. So, if you've got a 2008 penny that's been sitting in a protective case, untouched by time, you could be looking at a significant payday. And here's a quick tip: always handle your coins by the edges to avoid damaging them. The last thing you want is to discover you've been holding on to a fortune only to ruin it with a smudge. Wouldn't that be a heartbreaker? Finally, demand. This is where the real magic happens. Even a rare coin in pristine condition won't fetch much if nobody wants to buy it. But here's the good news: the coin collecting community is alive and thriving, and there's always someone willing to pay top dollar for a rare find. Auctions, online marketplaces, and private sales are buzzing with activity, so if you've got a valuable coin, you won't have trouble finding a buyer. Now, let me ask you something. Have you ever considered what you would do if you stumbled upon a coin worth millions? Would you quit your job? Pay off your mortgage? Take that dream vacation you've been putting off for years? It's exciting to think about, isn't it? But here's the thing: the opportunity won't wait forever. Coins like these don't just sit on the market. Collectors are constantly hunting for treasures, and once a rare penny is sold, it's gone. Forever. So, if you've got even the slightest suspicion that you own a valuable coin, now is the time to act. Here's a quick way to get started. Grab your change jar, your old coin collection, or even that stash of coins in your car's cup holder. Look for the 2008 Lincoln penny. Check for signs of doubling or other anomalies. If you're unsure, consult an expert or have the coin professionally graded. It might cost a little upfront, but it's worth it if you're sitting on a potential fortune. After all, wouldn't it be better to know than to spend the rest of your life wondering? Before we wrap up, let me leave you with this thought. Life is full of unexpected opportunities, and they often come in the most unassuming forms. A tiny penny, overlooked by millions, could be the key to a better, wealthier life. But only if you take action. The next time you're tempted to dismiss that pile of spare change, remember, hidden treasures are everywhere, just waiting to be discovered. So, what are you waiting for? The clock is ticking, and your fortune could be just one penny away. A coin so ordinary yet carrying a secret so extraordinary that it could change your financial future. Yes, a penny. But not just any penny, the 2013 no-mint mark Lincoln penny. Its value? Up to $1 million. Intrigued? You should be. By the end of this video, you'll not only know why this coin is worth so much but also how to check if you have one tucked away in a jar, a drawer, or even under your couch cushions. Let's start with a surprising fact: most people don't realize the true worth of the coins they handle every day. You might think, it's just a penny, but here's the twist: the 2013 no-mint mark penny holds a unique place in the world of numismatics, the study of coins. No-mint mark means it was produced in the Philadelphia Mint, which didn't use a distinguishing mark that year. This detail, seemingly small, is a key factor in its rarity and value, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. Have you ever thought about why rare coins become so valuable? It's not just about age. Condition, rarity, demand, these are the trifecta that transforms a humble coin into a treasure. Now picture this: you're at a yard sale, sifting through an old coffee can full of coins. Suddenly, you spot a shiny 2013 penny with no mint mark. Could this be the moment your luck changes? Here's where it gets exciting. Some of these pennies, if graded as MS-70, that's mint state perfection, can fetch jaw-dropping prices at auctions. We're not talking spare change here, we're talking enough to pay off debt, buy a car, or even make a down payment on a house. But wait, how can you tell if your penny is the real deal? First, grab a magnifying glass and examine the coin closely. Look at the details of Lincoln's face. Sharp lines, clean edges, and a flawless surface are what you're hoping for. Next, check the back. A perfectly struck shield design means you might have hit the jackpot. But don't stop there. Get your coin authenticated and graded by a professional service like PCGS or NGC. This step is crucial. Now, let's talk about timing. The market for rare coins is booming right now. Collectors and investors are paying top dollar for high-quality pieces. But here's the kicker: the window of opportunity might not stay open forever. Coin values can fluctuate. What's worth a fortune today might not be tomorrow. So, if you've got one of these rare pennies, act quickly. By this point, you might be wondering, how did a penny become so valuable in the first place? It's all about the story. The 2013 no-mint mark penny represents a piece of history, moment in time captured in copper and zinc. Collectors crave that connection. It's not just a coin, it's a conversation starter, a tangible link to the past. Before we wrap up, let me leave you with this thought: what if the next time you empty your pockets, you discover a fortune waiting to be claimed? That humble penny could be your golden ticket to financial freedom. Don't ignore it. Search your change, check your jars, and inspect those forgotten coin rolls. And if you've enjoyed this journey into the world of rare coins, make sure to like this video, share it with fellow treasure hunters, and subscribe for more insights into coins that can change your life. Remember, opportunity doesn't knock twice. Could this be your moment? You'll never know until you look. Have you ever looked at a penny and thought, this little coin could be worth a fortune? Imagine holding a 2016 Lincoln penny in your hand, not realizing it could potentially change your life. Yes, you heard that right, a single penny, minted in 2016, could be the key to unlocking wealth you never imagined. Intrigued? Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for, how to find it, and why the clock is ticking on this opportunity. Now, let's dive in. But first, let me ask you something. When was the last time you checked the loose change sitting in your drawer? It's easy to overlook the potential treasure hiding in plain sight. After all, they're just pennies, right? Wrong. The 2016 Lincoln penny is no ordinary coin, and today, I'm going to explain why it could be worth up to $1 million, if you know what to look for. Let's start with the backstory. The 2016 D Lincoln penny was minted in Denver, one of the two primary locations where U.S. coins are produced. On the surface, it looks like every other penny in circulation. Copper-coated, shiny, and unassuming. But what makes some of these coins special are the rare errors and unique characteristics that occur during the minting process. Double dies, off-center strikes, or unique patterns in the lettering are just some of the anomalies that collectors are willing to pay top dollar for. These errors make the coin rare, and rarity drives value. You're holding a coin that has a tiny imperfection, maybe a slight doubling of Lincoln's profile or an unusual mark on the reverse side. That imperfection could be worth tens, hundreds, or even millions of dollars. Here's a little secret the government doesn't want you to know: these mistakes are like hidden Easter eggs, scattered among billions of coins in circulation. Finding one is like winning a mini lottery, but you have to know how to spot it. So, what should you be looking for? The 2016 D Lincoln penny with a double die error is one of the most sought-after coins in the numismatic world. These errors occur when the die that stamps the coins shifts slightly during production, leaving a faint but noticeable doubling effect on the design. It's subtle but distinct, especially around the date or lettering. Take a closer look at any 2016 D penny you come across. A magnifying glass or a simple coin microscope can reveal details that the naked eye might miss, but here's the kicker: these coins are getting harder to find. Every day, more and more of them are being discovered, authenticated, and snapped up by collectors. If you wait too long, you might miss your chance to strike gold, or copper, in this case. Think of it like this: every moment you hesitate is a moment someone else is cashing in. Let me ask you a quick question. How many pennies do you think pass through your hands in a single year? 100? 1,000? And how many of those have you actually inspected? If you're like most people, the answer is probably none. But what if one of those overlooked pennies could pay off your mortgage, fund your dream vacation, or even set you up for early retirement? The opportunity is there, but only if you take action. Here's a fun fact to keep you motivated. In 2023, a 2016 D Lincoln penny with a rare error sold for over $100,000 at auction. And that's not an isolated case. Coins like these routinely fetch 5 or 6 figures, depending on their condition and rarity. Imagine the thrill of finding one of these valuable coins in your spare change. Exciting, isn't it? Now, I know what you might be thinking. This sounds great, but what if I don't find one? That's a fair question, and here's my answer. Even if you don't find a 2016 D Lincoln penny worth millions, you'll gain a deeper appreciation for the coins you handle every day. And who knows? You might stumble upon other valuable treasures in the process. Remember, knowledge is power, and in this case, it's the power to transform pocket change into life-changing wealth. Before we wrap up, let me leave you with this thought. The coins sitting in your jar, your car, or even your wallet have a story. Some of them might carry secrets worth uncovering. Don't let fear of missing out stop you from taking the first step. Start checking your pennies today. The sooner you begin, the better your chances of striking it rich. In my next video, I'll reveal another coin that could be worth even more than the 2016 D Lincoln penny. Trust me, you don't want to miss it. So, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications, because the next treasure hunt is just around the corner. Remember, the path to wealth often starts with the smallest of steps, or in this case, the smallest of coins. Happy hunting, and I'll see you in the next video. But what if that little coin could be worth hundreds of thousands, or even millions of dollars? Yes, you heard that right. The 2017 D Mint Mark Lincoln penny is making waves in the coin collecting world, and its value might just blow your mind. But wait, what makes this penny so special? Could you already have one lying around in your home? And more importantly, how can you cash in on this rare treasure? Stick around because, by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for and how to turn a simple penny into a life-changing fortune. Now, before you go rummaging through your couch cushions, let's talk about why this penny might just pay off your mortgage. First, let's dive into the history. In 2017, the U.S. Mint produced billions of pennies, but not all pennies are created equal. Coins minted in Denver, marked by the tiny D underneath the year, hold a special place in collectors' hearts. Why? Because of rare errors and unique variations that make some of them incredibly valuable. Now, here's where things get exciting. Some 2017 D pennies have mistakes, like double dies or striking errors, that weren't caught during production. These flaws turn an everyday penny into a collector's dream. One of these rare coins recently sold for over $3,000. And that's just the beginning. The right penny with the right error could be worth a fortune. But how do you know if your penny is one of these rare treasures? Hold tight, we're getting to that. So, how do you identify a valuable 2017 D Mint Mark Lincoln penny? Start by checking the coin's condition. Does it look brand new, or does it show signs of wear? Coins in mint condition are always more valuable. Next, grab a magnifying glass and inspect for errors like doubling on Lincoln's face or the inscriptions. Pay attention to unusual features. Anything that looks slightly off could mean big money. And if you don't have a magnifying glass, no worries. Borrow your kid's science kit or squint really hard. Now, you're probably wondering, where can I sell a rare penny like this? Auction houses, coin dealers, and online platforms like eBay are great starting points. But, here's the kicker, timing is everything. The coin market's demand fluctuates, and knowing when to sell could mean the difference between a few $100 and life-changing money. But what if I told you there's an even bigger secret to unlocking the full potential of your coin collection? Subscribe now, and in my next video, I'll reveal the insider tips that top collectors don't want you to know. Don't wait too long to check your pennies. Every moment that goes by could be a missed opportunity. Hit the like button, share this video with your friends, and let me know in the comments if you found any rare coins in your collection. Your fortune might just be a penny away. See you next time.